African Rainbow Minerals has just come out with its full-year results. The diversified miners' headline earnings per share increased 94% to R15.59. We now unpack the numbers with the company's CEO, Wilkens. Thanks so much, Andre, for joining us this morning. Well, up 94%, as I said, so it seems like the full year has been a good one for a company like African Rainbow Minerals, and pretty much like it's been for the other commodity players, where we're coming off a low base, and certainly these companies enjoying higher commodity prices.
This morning, Alicia, thank you very much. We are confident about the future of our business. We've seen a very good year. We've seen iron ore doing extremely well, and with our growth plan for iron ore over the next 3 years, we're going to see 60% more of that volume. That's going to be very well in our portfolio. We're busy with a number of projects that's currently being built. We're building copper in Zambia. We're busy with the ramping up of our nickel mine. In the coal mine that we have with Extrata, that's now in full production. Plus the other part of that, business is going through a transition, and is also doing well, setting up world-class organization. So we're looking forward to the next few years, where we're going to see significant growth, and it's a good time in the commodity market, Elisa.
Yep, certainly a good time, but that where we still have many constraints that miners have to contend with. And having said that, it seems like your sales volumes in some quarters have come under some pressure, logistical constraints still coming to bear, and that posing somewhat of a challenge.
We have certainly done well on the iron ore, and as far as the expansion of the iron ore go, our mine is ahead of schedule. We are ready to deliver the next phase of the expansion, which takes us to 16 million tons, 14 export and 2 local. And also the work being done by Transnet there is on schedule as well, so we're really confident about that. If one look at the manganese, although we've seen growth during the period, during the latter part of the reporting period, the market was slow. There was a bit of an oversupply into China. That is starting to recover now, and we also see the prices are starting to now actually improve in that. As far as nickel go, we're busy ramping up our nickel mine. We are now in a phase where we started to mine pit 3, and pit 3 is a very high oxidized part of the minerals that we're going to mine there for the next 14 to 15 months, and then we'll be in the fresh ore, and really looking forward also doubling those volumes over the next 4 years.
Of course, for now, with those logistical constraints that I touched on, I mean, we've seen the increase in production without that commensurate increase in, in sales result in increased stock levels of coal, for example. So what does that actually mean for African Rainbow Minerals?
What we've seen at the end of June, that all the coal mines we associated with had significant stockpiles. But since then, and some work by Transnet, there's certainly a move to start improving efficiency, which make us very well positioned, because we're ready to deliver. We've got it goed gevonden. We've got a large amount on surface. We've got a large amount in the lying in the pit. So we're certainly ready to deliver, and there's good efficiency improvements from a Transnet point of view as well coming through.
Of course, when it comes to efficiencies, cost control is imperative, and one of the strategic objectives of the company was to have all operations positioned below that 50th percentile of the respective commodities global unit cost curves by the year 2012. That's fast upon us. So how close are you to achieving that kind of target?
We are certainly, we've achieved most of those numbers. In some instances, we've actually improved the platinum even further to the left of the curve. The 2 operations that still need to get into full production is actually the copper in Konkola. That is scheduled to sit below the 50% quartile line in 2015, and then Komati nickel by 2014. We certainly, all our operations are well set up to sit below the 50% line, Alicia.
Of course, when you've delved into these ventures, Andre, a lot of them done via partnerships. And I was chatting to Francois Duplessis of Vega Asset Management off air a little earlier this morning, and he was saying it seems like, you're looking at best of breed partnerships coming to the fore here. We've got Anglo-American Platinum, Assor, Norilsk Implats, Extrata and Vale sitting as partners along with African Rainbow Minerals. Is this the strategy that you're going to be sticking to, moving forward when it comes to the way you expand?
We were certainly looking for opportunities to expand with our current partners, but also to have other partnerships. What one gets out of a partnership, you make a partnership with Anglo Platinum, and immediately you've got all their experience on the table, with your experience. That is certainly add value on our portfolio, and we would like to believe that we are a partner of choice, and we try to position ourselves like that.
Positioning yourself in what kind of demand scenario? So let's take a look at your outlook for the year ahead, Andre, in terms of what the market can be expecting. Are earnings like this sustainable, given the fact that we are looking at the company coming off a low base?
What I think the next year looked like is if we talk about iron ore again, for the next year we've planned to do 10 million tons, because the expansion of the line only happens towards the end of the financial year. So if one look at the 3-year picture, there's significant increase in the volumes going forward. And that's merely a point of timing, a point of logistics, and a point of getting into fresh ore from Komati. But if one take a 3 to 4 year view, the company looks very different after that, Alicia.
Of course, taking a look at your balance sheet, it's looking very healthy still. Of course, you've managed to maintain a very robust balance sheet with net cash of 2.59 million rand at this stage of the game. Is that something you're looking to maintain as well, or could we foresee further depletion on that front, given the fact that you are focusing on expansion in a big way?
We think we can afford all the expansions we have over the next 5 to 8 years in the pipeline. We have certainly this year also paid the highest dividend that we've ever paid, because we think for the cash we have, the projects we have, and the money that we're going to earn over the next few years, that was applicable to increase our the annual dividend by 125%, and it makes it some 12% higher than the highest number we've paid before. We're very proud of that.